Hi guys. So, I wanted to do a Redux about The Walking Dead because, well, first of all, I have nobody else to talk to about it because I don't know that anybody else around here watches The Walking Dead. And second, I have so much to say, and if I stop and type about it, I'm gonna rant on forever. I'm too tired to write. It takes much brain power, and zombies don't have much brain power. So, anyway, good lord, that was some season finale going on there. And just as note, if you haven't watched The Walking Dead season 2 season finale, you should probably not watch this video because I will be talking about what happens. So if you don't want to know who dies, you don't want to know who lives, etc., 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 click off this video now. Okay, first things first. So apparently everybody has the zombie virus inside of them, for lack of a better word. Apparently, and I don't remember this from the first season, so if somebody saw the first season and remembers this conversation, but Rick said that at the CDC, the man there, whose name I cannot remember, told him that everyone is a carrier, that everyone has the zombie, whatever you want to call it, virus, curse, um, demon, whatever, inside of them. I don't remember that conversation. It could just be me. Um, and so he decided not to tell anyone. And, you know, personally, I am of the mind that Rick is kind of becoming the jaded hero. Um, he's still a hero. To me, I think that he's been doing the right thing. Um, but at the same time, there is no right thing in this environment. But the idea here is, if he had told people, would that have changed things? Well, okay, probably a couple more people would have killed themselves than lived. If Andrea had known, maybe she wouldn't have allowed um, um, Dale, sorry. Maybe she wouldn't have allowed Dale to talk her out of dying at the CPC. Maybe not. It would have changed a lot of mindsets. Um, it could have caused panic, and panic is dangerous, especially in a situation where you need your wits about you, which we do apparently in a zombie attack, which I know all about because I've lived through them, obviously. Um, but obviously, trust is necessary in the situation, and we do see in this episode Rick becoming um, a dictator of what seems like the worst sort. Um, it's a bad situation, obviously. It's a zombie apocalypse, and we don't know what's going on with it. We don't really know what causes it. Maybe we get more about that in the comic book. I'm not sure. Um, so everybody's turning into it right now, which really takes me off on a couple levels. Um, the main one, though, is that now that Lori knows that Rick killed Shane, she is freaking out, doesn't want to touch him, and apparently probably Carl's gonna go the same way, and that makes me so angry. For a lot of reasons. One, I think Shane was an insert or expletive here. Um, I'm not saying he deserved to die. It worries me that we have this sudden, oh, it's okay to kill the living now. Because up until the last couple episodes, Rick had been the voice of reason, and between he and Herschel, we actually had some semblance of humanity still around, and now we're kind of seeing how, well, maybe we do all carry the zombie inside of us because our humanity is kind of becoming lost. But desperate circumstances call for desperate measures, I suppose. Um, be that as it may, a couple episodes ago, when Lori told Rick that she was concerned about Shane and that he was crazy, that he was a danger and that he was a threat, um, I distinctly remember, and I distinctly remember because this episode was on a marathon today, and I caught the tail end. Right after they were reunited, when um, it's late. Um, Lori had been in a car accident. Shane gets her back to the house, and then Rick returns, and so they have the conversation in the tent. And she says he's a danger. And Rick admits that he killed those two men in the name of their family. And Lori says, "Oh, so you killed the living to save us?" And he says, "Yes." And she says, and right directly after that, she says, "Shane is dangerous." And what I got out of that that scene was, before I even saw the season finale, what I got out of that scene was, Rick, you might need to take care of him. He may need to be put down or exiled or something. And now she finds out that Rick was put in this situation, um, and kills Shane, who obviously is crazy. Clearly crazy. I'm pretty sure that's the right word for this circumstance. Um, and it's not like he's the one that took Shane out into the woods to die. Yes, that Rick figured out sometime in the walking in the woods that Shane didn't intend to kill him. But at that point, it really wasn't. The line that the writers threw in about Rick saying, I just couldn't take it anymore, I didn't want him around anymore, just makes it sound like, oh, I just wanted to kill Shane. No, no. Tactical decision. Shane is crazy. If he's willing to kill Rick, who else is he willing to kill? Just because, he says, I could protect your family better than you could, does not mean that, his craziness is going to allow him to provide for the family. What if Carl does something stupid? Would Shane kill Carl? If Lori expressed discontent about the fact that Rick was dead, would he turn on her? We don't know. I think probably yes, because mental illness works kind of weird that way. So I hate that everybody and their mother is blaming Rick, whether it's for not telling them things or whether it's Lori being mad at him for killing Shane. Come on, people, get with the freaking program. Oh my gosh. Um, yeah. So, and then, that I'm not too happy with the writers at this point as far as making Rick out to be the bad guy. And if you're going to stay, it's not a democracy anymore, blah, blah, blah. Eh, I don't know. It's going to make for some really interesting power plays in the next season, and I'm interested to see what happens because part of what I really like about the series is there was some love in the middle of this crazy zombie apocalypse, and if we can't, if Rick can't succeed in this, and we're all going to turn on each other, then I don't really know if we can watch this series because it's too desperate now. I don't really know. Um, so we'll see how that goes. I guess I'll just hold on to the next season. Also, apparently we have cloaked figures with zombies on chains trailing along behind them. I'm also being confused. Just because the zombies that were chained to the person who killed the zombie that was trying to attack Andrea, um, just because those zombies that were chained to him were armless does not necessarily tell me that they are harmless. We've seen zombies without legs going after people. And yet, those zombies were not trying to get Andrea. They weren't trying to get the person they were chained to. So I'm wondering, are they really slaves to the person they're chained to, or are they all chained together for a purpose? Could it be that the person under the hood is also a zombie who has somehow managed to keep some of their reasoning? I mean, if we all have the zombie virus, is it possible that we're going to mutate into something else? Something that's not completely zombie, but not completely unhuman, if that makes sense. I'm not really sure if that makes sense. Um, so I'll be interested to see where that goes. I have not read any of the comics, so I don't know at all what's coming as far as that storyline. But obviously, there's a storyline there, and I'm hoping that we'll see more of them. I mean, my prediction is that Andrea will take up with um, the hooded figure and whoever he's with. I'm assuming there's more of them. And that she will eventually meet back up with Rick and those who are left over, and they will find some new way of life. And whether it's a good thing or bad thing, I don't know yet. We will find out. Um, I just hope there's some redemption on the part of Rick and Laura's relationship, and that they're able to see that Shane really did have to die, and that I don't know, something. And then in the end, like, I don't know if the season is done in comic book form, but is there an ending? Like, is there an end to the zombie apocalypse? Also, beginning of the show, there was a helicopter that flew over the zombies. Is that telling us that there's civilization somewhere? That there is some people holding out? I'm not sure. Did that spark the zombie horde migrating, as it were, and eventually coming upon the farm? I'm a little confused about that, and I was hoping it was going to be answered by the end of this episode, but apparently not. And then at the end of the episode, when it kind of zoomed down on Rick and his band of disgruntled, angsty folk, we see a structure in the background that I don't know what that was supposed to be. Was that supposed to be a city? Was that supposed to be a random farm? It's awfully big. Or a big concentration camp to me, or a factory? I don't know. I have lots of questions. I would love feedback. I don't know if anybody's going to watch this. It's probably very long at this point. But anyway, I want to get a little bit of that off my chest because it's going to be a while, I imagine, until the next season comes out, and I'm not a very patient person. So, cheers to you all. Adieu.